It's recording.
The rapper?
Okay.
You guys shouldn't ask me that.
So you shouldn't?
No.
Are you embarrassed by your music?
No, I'm not embarrassed.
I'm not.
Then then
Exactly.
what would you care? Welcome back. Welcome back.
Sorry about that tough little edit there that we were in the middle of talking and all of a sudden it disappeared. Yeah, that's
It's okay.
pretty bad.
Listen, that music is good. We're
It's a
about
good
to talk
intro
about
music.
war.
That's right.
Ethnic conflict. We're talking about where the Ukraine is located on a world map. Are those the Russian soldiers?
I think.
No, they're not Russian.
Are they Russian?
Sorry.
Yeah. People who speak Russian and wear Russian uniforms without a flag?
No proof that they're Russian.
They speak Russian?
Speaking of Russian, I want to get a shout out to Adnan Badawi Doshka. What's up?
До свидания.
Who is that?
Adnan.
Shivio.
Russian? Syrian? He's teaching you Russian?
Lots of questions. He asks lots of questions.
You literally came into my classroom this morning and told him something in Russian.
You speak Russian?
The kid. Yeah.
That's
The kid.
Adnan.
Wow,
Yeah,
capital K,
yeah.
folks. The kid.
Yeah, he's teaching me.
Isn't he
Russian.
your age?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teaching me
The
Russian.
kid.
Yeah, he's teaching him Russian.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Adnan will teach you anything you ask him to teach you.
He's one of
Even
the
if
coolest,
it's not right.
Yeah, that's true. One of the coolest kids.
Adnan is cool.
You get to know him, he's awesome. Anyways,
Mr. Gonzalez, I won't be here tomorrow for the test.
yeah.
Can you tell me what it'll be on?
Yeah, exactly. Is there a way you can print me an extra copy and with the answers, please? So I can study them?
so I can study for the test
No
tomorrow
idea,
that I
please.
won't be at.
Yep. You're exactly right.
Bachman knows Adnan.
Yeah, Bachman knows
Bachman.
Adnan. He's in my room. Adnan's in my room every morning. I welcome him with open arms. He's one of the most
Great
interesting
kid.
characters.
Great kid.
Yeah, awesome. I have nothing bad to say about Adnan. And if I did, I wouldn't say it on camera.
That was for me, right?
What?
That was the hint for me?
Yeah.
By the way, yeah.
Now we're talking Ukraine.
Talking Ukraine, we got into language, so we should just keep going with language because one of the questions that comes up is why is there a split in this country? And it is kind of a split.
So, without me knowing anything really about the conflict, I know where Russia is, I know where Ukraine is, I know some of the general vague facts. Without knowing anything, I'd have to say it's something with money.
It starts out with money, yeah. I think so.
Okay, because culture
becomes an excuse.
Yeah, as a history teacher, that's what I mean. They always say,
Root of evil.
yeah, look to money.
It's
look
always
to money.
behind money.
Okay.
And I guess this one was, Russia, and Putin's the head of Russia. He wants to start this. He wants to make Russia better, a greater country.
Can't blame him. I mean,
We're United States is U.S. centric. We're out doing stuff. He's gonna.
I don't know one president who doesn't want what's best for his country.
Yeah. So if we start there,
No. All right. Hey.
so back to. Does that mean the conversation that happened at the? We didn't hear that. The Hillary comment didn't make the edit.
What Hillary? Oh, future President Hillary? Yeah.
And I'm still surprised that you said it now twice.
Yeah.
Once for the viewers, twice for us.
Why?
Those words would never come out of your mouth.
I'm hoping I jinx her. I'm just start saying it. I'm gonna start saying it.
Sorry, Miss Orwella.
So I mean, because you made a comment that she called.
Oh yeah, there you go. We can go back to it. She referred to Putin and his actions in Crimea, which is part of Ukraine. We're going to talk about it in a minute, as something Hitler did, almost identically. And she got in a lot of trouble a year ago. Now, on the internet,
yeah, I remember that.
Now on the internet, you'll have presidents. I think the French president made the reference. The German President Merkel dropped the reference.
Really?
This is just like the excuse that was made that Hitler used for the Czechoslovakia at the time, now the Czech Republic.
Yeah, which
was about language. Yeah, it was about language.
Yeah.
Ethnic Germans.
Yeah, he wanted to reunite them. That was his excuse.
And the excuse was they were being treated poorly. He had propaganda out that people were being killed just because they were German, and he put his army there and said, if this isn't fixed, which wasn't a fixable problem because it wasn't a problem necessarily, and
you can't fix a problem that you created.
Correct.
You just made up.
That's one of those things of the big lie of what Hitler was really good at. He created a lie that you couldn't deny or prove, so usually you negate back to it might be true.
And I guess Caesar, What do you know about what Hitler did in Czechoslovakia, Austria, when he started taking over? What do you know anything about that? Did your dad, Bachman teach you anything about that?
Yeah, he did. Talk to us about
Tell you nothing.
how he went against the Treaty of Versailles.
That's important.
That's very important.
One of the aspects of the treaty was don't go into Czechoslovakia.
Yeah.
Don't cross
Bam!
the border.
Bachman.
Yeah, he was telling us about that, and
Or was the book?
the book. Oh,
Yeah, was the book telling you?
That he wrote in prison?
No, the book, not Mr. Bachman.
He's saying is in the textbook.
The textbook?
Yeah.
Did you learn that from the textbook, or did it come out of the wolf's
Did you
mouth?
learn that in lecture? The wolf.
The wolf's mouth.
Yeah, I like that.
No, that wasn't in the book. It probably was in the book, but
Good save.
You wouldn't know because.
I set you up for failure, and you succeeded.
I wouldn't know.
Good.
I look in the book.
Yeah, well, but I mean, you don't have to. With a teacher like Bachman, believe me, I had Bachman. You don't have to look in the book. That guy,
Yeah,
he'll
yeah.
lay it out for you.
Yeah, he'll
lay it out for you.
He would.
Yeah, he's going to give you what you need to know. I'm looking out for you, Bachman. Yeah.
Yeah.
My man. My former teacher. Love that guy. One of the best.
Yeah.
One of the best in the business.
Yeah,
he was.
he is.
He was.
He's definitely one of the best. Totally.
I can't read what the sign says, but I can imagine it's agreeing with
it says
me.
something right. Yeah, it agrees.
Johnny Bachman,
It agrees.
number one.
Bachman.
All right, so Putin gets compared to Hitler,
correct.
by future President Clinton.
Third time.
Correct. Thank
Yeah,
you. Caesar,
third time's a
count
crime.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah. So
She gets in trouble. She gets
Yeah, she
like
gets
the
in
whole,
trouble.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to compare him to this dictator.
you do her perfectly too.
Which is bad.
Wow.
Isn't that bad that
No,
it's
that's
really close?
Yeah, it's really close. Really close.
Sorry.
First female president?
It would. I guess
She
it would
be.
be. Yeah.
She would be.
Yeah. Of
Okay.
course it would be.
Yeah, that's scary. It's so close.
I mean,
You sound almost just like her.
I
You
need
almost
to
look just like her. Those golden locks. If you let your beard grow out, you've got
there's so many
competition,
things
my
I
friend.
want to say right now, but we're in a high school talk show.
No, I got you.
Yeah.
All right, so
where were we?
language is used as an
Yeah,
excuse.
language was an excuse.
But let me ask you this. We said it was money. Where does the breakdown happen? Where does it start? Because a conflict has to start somewhere. We know it hasn't ended yet, but where did it start?
Okay, it starts with the decision of the Ukraine. A big vote's coming up, and the president is supposed to make the decision based on his people.
Okay.
And it was a male president at the time. They've had female presidents. Female
I
president
know
of
that
Ukraine
one,
was-
yeah. Yeah. Is that the one that
really pretty.
Barack was flirting with?
No, that's Holland, I think, or something. The president of the Ukraine that was really pretty was
Barack
in jail for
Obama.
20 years.
Oh, really?
13 years, yes, for corruption.
That's not the one at the funeral?
No, that wasn't that one. Yeah, the selfie.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're at Nelson Mandela's funeral.
Barack Obama, smooth-ass brother.
Yeah, that was a little tacky.
flirting with a...
The better part of the picture was Michelle Obama in the background eyeing
Pissed.
him down,
Pissed.
being like, "You're really close to that woman right now."
Yep. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Hey, you married me. You know who I was coming into this. Yeah. No, I hear you.
I don't smoke anymore, I promise.
Yeah, right. Yeah, in the front yard. You know.
Well, I had to head on to practice, so
All right, man.
Practice.
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 Come on, man.
Yeah.
Practice. We're talking practice. Wow,
Hopefully-
we didn't really even get into this. We didn't even give you a chance.
Next
Fine,
time.
it's fine. You
I
guys
wish we had
gotta
known
go.
you were time
Just
compressed.
sitting in this chair, you know, it's a lot.
Honor.
Nice, man.
Yeah,
Thanks.
it's an
Good,
honor.
man.
It's an honor.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, it's an
Thanks
honor.
for coming
We
by.
really do.
Definitely. I really.
Thanks, you. Have fun in practice with this reloading. See,
Yeah, we're reloading.
We're reloading. We are not rebuilding.
No, we're reloading.
Yep.
And you will see that when we start this season next year. Was it January? Or you guys already started in November, don't you?
Yeah, the season
In
starts.
the words of Bart Scott, can't wait.
I don't know who that is.
You guys need to
In the words of Bart Simpson, oh,
Yeah.
that's Homer. Eat my shorts.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Hey,
All
see you,
right,
Caesar.
see you, Caesar.
Hit the power button.
Leave the mic here if you don't mind, man. Guy's got sticky fingers.
He's related to Bachman.
Notice he was about to walk off with his mic.
We're still going. Leave it on. We're going to keep going. You're good.
Yeah, I mean, the show doesn't... Listen, life does not
Yeah.
start and stop at your
I
convenience.
know you think you're a star already, but we're going to keep going without
You
you.
know? All right, so, wait a minute. Where were we?
We were talking about money, as usual.
Money, but Barack... Smooth ass
You're
brother. No, I'm rebuilding. Yeah, the selfie. You know why?
We were gonna avoid
why I'm
politics.
talking that? You know why I'm going to talk about that? Because that was a big funeral for him. Mandela.
Nelson Mandela.
Guess what he did at that funeral? Not only did he get a selfie with the hottest women in politics,
He hired a guy who did sign language. That's a deep joke. Do you remember that? That's a deep joke.
Yep.
Deep joke.
So deep. No, but he shook hands with
Raul Castro.
Busy man that day.
You would notice that.
Busy man. Yeah.
And that made national news.
National
in the United
headlines.
States.
I mean,
Plus,
you know.
of course, Cuba.
You know, Michelle was probably ecstatic about that. He probably did that to make Michelle happy.
Why would she care about Cuban relations?
Well, I'm just talking not even Cuban, just communism in general. Yes, bring it back. Small Gatorades in the vending machines, and you're not allowed to eat
That's
Doritos
more
anymore.
totalitarianism.
It's
If
part
you
of
ask
it.
me.
It's part of it.
The controlling of our diets and stuff. According to Bachman, it's a big scam, anyways. But
Why?
white people did it, so that
No, literally.
so black people eat bad. That's Bachman's theory.
Really.
Yeah, we create all these horrible foods, and
The only white person that could possibly traced to would be Barack's mom.
made him eat well.
Yeah, or
I think it's all Michelle. I don't think it's Barack.
me neither.
The guy smoked.
Smokes. What does he care about health?
You think you're gonna see him in like Camp David with a cigar at some point? Like Kennedy?
Like last year?
Impossible trivia. You ready?
Go ahead.
What brand of cigar did President John F. Kennedy purchase a mere week before he passed the embargo against Cuba?
Can I have a hint? Can I ask
They're
one
Cuban
question?
cigars.
Cohiba.
No, it wasn't Cohibas.
Monte Cristo.
No.
Then you don't know.
It's petite. Where's my cheat sheet? I, of course, wrote this down, 2 days ago?
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah, it's petite, petite hummus or something.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, this is good for a visual radio show, me looking around for something.
Not Romeo and Julieta?
No.
Wow, I just named the three most famous.
They don't do that on the radio show
No,
all the time.
uh-uh.
Just not for visual aspects. Petite Upmann.
Petite Upmanns.
You ever heard of Upmann?
No.
Really?
No, have you?
No? I'm not
I mean,
Cuban.
no, that
They're
was
illegal. Why would I ever see something like this? They're illegal.
That was an impossible question.
All right, you want another one, or you want to go back to Ukraine?
No, Ukraine.
All right.
I was just getting into it. We keep getting off track with.
You're the one who brought us into politics, and I want to get off that quick because you're having a rough day politically.
I am.
You were swinging this morning.
Well, we hit a rough patch. I mean.
Well,
7
so
years.
money. Let's go back to money.
Okay. What about it? That's what
So
started.
the
You said
Ukraine
that's
had
what
a
started.
decision to make. One of the decisions was to become part of the European Union trade alliance, or to become part of Russia's new federation.
Which is what we talked about earlier, because Russia has this kind of identity where are they Asian or are they European? Does Ukraine have that same identity? Or is it Ukraine, are we Russian or are we European?
I think stereotypically most people in that middle area would never claim Asia, if that makes sense.
They claim Eastern Europe.
They would go with Europe, yeah, the Eastern Europeans.
Okay.
Because the Asia, unfortunately that part of the world still has a lot of,
Like a negative connotation?
yeah, and I don't want to use the word racism, but they've been accused of it.
Right.
I don't want to use it myself, but it's a very old
Kosovo.
society.
That's
very old
cleansing.
society.
Yeah, it happens.
So, and racist against each other. I am going to use that. Those small countries, if you are not a member of those small countries, it is very hard to fit in. So take the Ukraine, who, there is no denying the Ukraine's involvement in the Holocaust.
Trivia.
Good.
It's not impossible. I have 100-something students that know it, because we went over, this is AP Human.
Go.
Which AP Human, by the way, is the AP class that I teach. They asked me to teach it, even though I wasn't Teacher of the Year.
Just throw that out there.
What's it called when a region is broken up in a bunch of tiny little states?
Like forced?
Forced. You ready?
Go.
Balkanization.
Just because of what was done to them.
Yeah.
So if we were to do this in the United States,
Balkanization.
and split up Texas for say, which they would love.
Yep.
Balkanization.
Yep.
Wow, named after the prior to World War I stuff. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So that's
I'll
what's
never
happening.
forget that
It's kind
now.
of what's happening here, right? Balkanization may occur in Ukraine. I mean, they're breaking up. They may break
Well, I think
up.
it's even going to be worse. I think Russia's going to. I think they're going to push further and further, and I don't want to get all the way to the end, but I honestly think the United States is going to say we're not going to let them, but we're going to let them. And it's because of appeasement.
And I know you don't want to get politics or political.
It
into
won't be
this, but
Obama that does this.
That's what I was going to ask.
No, that's why.
So
Putin would have to be moving right now. He has
so
a year.
next president.
He has a year.
Next president, we can assume it's either Hillary, right?
Okay.
Or Rubio or the cruise missile.
Cruise missile. Okay.
Ted Cruz. Right? So which one makes the call to intervene, and who of the three makes...
It's weird. I think I don't know Rubio well enough, so maybe you can, or Cruz and Rubio.
Okay.
Which one of them is the biggest, don't take crap from people, and would do it in office?
In recent days, Rubio has emerged as the hawk.
Okay.
So
Just by verbiage?
yeah, verbiage.
Use the word?
Yeah, he's emerged as the hawk. Very Reagan. The world is safer the stronger America is.
Okay.
Kind of that talk. It's kind of party line talk. It kind of turns me off, but
Well, we're in that stage.
we're in that stage. Yeah.
Year and a half.
So we do know about Hillary, though. We know that she's
She's been criticized off and on. The Libya thing was probably a bad decision.
right, and we know if
She was involved in Osama bin Laden, wasn't she? Part of that?
Didn't Barack do that?
Yeah, but
solo.
she was in the room.
He takes
I mean,
credit
they're
for
all
that.
together.
He
Well,
takes
has to.
credit
The
for
president
doing
gets
that.
He gets credit for that one last week too. That one was crazy.
Which one?
ISIS, and that
Oh,
one.
yeah,
That
yeah.
one went off.
No.
Flawlessly.
Right.
But that's just him decision and our special forces being just complete badasses. They are.
Yeah.
With drones and who knows, corner shots.
So when we do intervene, because again, history.
Will we? Will we intervene?
You
That's my
guys,
question.
Students, you always ask, why is history important? Are we going to be interventionists? Are we going to be isolationists?
And are we going to end up
This
in
is
it
history.
anyways?
Yeah, this
If
is.
we remain isolationist, does the United States, because we're the largest, most powerful country, not largest, but the most powerful country militarily, do we get dragged in no matter what? It happened 2 wars. It happened in Vietnam. It happened in Korea.
Well, it's not necessarily drug in. Isn't that an extension of the Truman Doctrine?
Do they still? There's no communism anymore.
No, but it's.
Okay, there is, but we have
it's country-
we have a promise not to invade Cuba, so that one's still out there. North Korea are in an armistice. I think we're deciding on how to handle them.
Yeah, but I mean,
And China,
isn't it any country that's in danger of? Was it
I
just
think it was
communism?
falling to communism. I don't hold me to that, but I think it was communism.
Russia's about the closest thing to it.
I think they're more totalitarianism. They have money. They have an economy.
Yeah, that's true.
This is an economic system.
Yeah.
And they want money. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
whole issue here. They want the Ukraine's trade because of the Black Sea, all the way back to World War I. Here we go,
Now-
folks. Quick little history lesson. You ready for this?
Ready.
Because this is something I studied a bunch this year. Great Britain, Germany, and Russia in the late 1800s, early 1900s, all wanted access to the Black Sea. And for those of you that would like to know where the Black Sea is, it's immediately under the Ukraine and above Turkey.
Okay.
So,
This is post Otto von Bismarck?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because they weren't there yet. There was no need to go get oil.
Right.
At the end of the 1800s, there's a transition between the coal,
Which was the
and-
fossil fuel of choice.
to oil, which becomes the new energy source. And countries, of course, have to take an idea of how to reclaim this for themselves. And the Middle East was a very big thing. It's the Ottoman Empire. And the Ottoman Empire is falling apart at this time in the early 1900s. So it's seen as this, I think they called it a sick old man of Europe.
Uh-huh.
And so you have this monstrous Germany
Who
young-
inherits his money? Right?
Well, that's it. Who inherits the access
Yeah.
to that? They just wanted access.
Grandpa's dying.
Yeah, Grandpa's dying, and they need
Yeah.
that. They need their name on his his will.
Honey, next vacation we're going to visit Grandpa.
So this is where things get trippy. Yeah, that's right. Well, no, we're gonna go. Look, when you
Listen,
see
we owe him
him,
a visit.
Look,
We owe him a visit.
you tell him you love him.
Not that we want his money.
I've never met him. Tell him you love him, and it's not about money.
Just tell him,
Hi,
Grandpa,
Grandpa.
you've always been my favorite.
Who are you?
Little Jimmy, Grandpa.
Jimmy, I don't know Jimmy.
I love you anyways. My dad.
Well, shut up. Did you just blow a kiss at me? Do you know my age?
Dad,
when
you?
is he gonna die? Didn't you say he would die before he even came up?
Okay, so that's what it was like. All right, good. All right, now I know.
So you have Great Britain, who's still the big dog, and is looking at Germany, their economy's skyrocketing. And if Great Britain doesn't put Germany in check, then Great Britain will have to deal with Germany later on when they're stronger. And then you have Russia, who wants access to the Black Sea.
Okay.
You want Great Britain is friends with Russia, or getting there. This is the whole treaty into the First World War.
Yeah.
So what Great Britain does, and not a lot of people in their history books did this. I read a book real recently about how Great Britain had way more involvement in the start of this war than most people think, which is, I need to get France and Russia to fight Germany while I sneak around and take the Dardanelles and the Bosporus, which is the way from the Mediterranean into the Black Sea.
So you're saying they were the puppet master?
Total puppet master. Phenomenal puppet master. Phenomenal
Really?
puppet master.
I always knew those Brits were sneaky.
They even timed certain things so that they were on a boat going to meet people when big decisions were made in Europe, stuff like that.
Really?
So that you couldn't contact them on the boat without special clearance, whatever. I don't even know if you could. You can't do Morse code because that's through a wire.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
That's incredible.
It's
incredible. Yeah.
And here's the thing.
That's not going to be in your history books.
This is why Great Britain gets there first.
Teacher of the year.
Great Britain gets there first. Why can't Russia get it now? Why is the bet off? So Great Britain is now taking part of Turkey. Why can't Russia now get down there to do it? Because they wanted to.
That's a good question.
You can't fight your friend.
Right.
You can't fight your friend. Same thing happened
Because
in Vietnam.
allies?
You're allies. Whoever gets there first gets it. So Great Britain got Russia to fight Germany, locked them up with Austria-Hungary, and Great Britain locked in Germany's.
And then did the old loopy-loop.
Right down. Yeah, and then Gallipoli was not a good situation. But, these events take years, guys. It's not just overnight. And this is why when you watch the TV and you watch politicians and the president and countries and then Putin do these little things, you got to look back and compare it. This is where that comparison to history.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to pay attention to these things. And they might look. When I was in high school,
What
Russia.
was the big thing when you were in high school?
Oh gosh, the Berlin Wall came down when I was young. I remember that. That was '91, so I was in middle school. Or '89.
The big thing for me was
9/11.
9/11. 9/11. And then we go to Iraq, we go to Afghanistan.
An event that lasted 30 minutes.
All of Congress approved.
30 minutes.
Going to.
Yeah, and a terrorist attack that lasted 30 minutes plus the buildings falling would lead us into wars that we are now still involved in.
No, we're not. We're out.
Don't we have troops in there?
Well, we pulled.
What about ISIS?
ISIS formed because
we went to Iraq.
Because we're out. I would argue.
Oh yeah, it's a power vacuum. We killed the head of the snake, and then a new snake came.
Yeah, bigger, badder. We got trouble.
They're good at this. I'm surprised ISIS doesn't have a radio show.
They do. They do.
IS and IS.
Yeah. So this is a bigger problem for the United States. Would you say that we're going to get drug into eventually, or ISIS is a bigger problem?
No, I don't. I'm not scared of ISIS in regards to
This is a bigger
Russia.
problem?
Yeah, Russia is a powerhouse. We could fight ISIS, and that's what they want. They want American soldiers to come and they prove themselves to Allah, to God.
Right.
And that's what they want.
We can't fight Russia?
Oh, you imagine what that war would be like? It would last. It would either last 3 days
or 30
years. Yeah. Until we run out of people.
Right.
It's another world war. And China would probably. This is the thing,
Let's do it,
guys. Whenever two large countries start fighting, it's just like a fight at school. You look at the kid across that you don't like,
right?
And you're like, well, those kids are getting in trouble. They started this giant fight. I can go punch that kid and no one's going to do anything about it. And if everyone starts fighting, no one gets in trouble.
Don't do that, by the way. Thank you for blueprinting how
Yeah,
to...
sorry about the metaphor of how to make sure that no one gets in trouble for a fight. But we got cameras now. They
No,
didn't have
I mean,
cameras
thank
back
you for
then.
blueprinting how to start a riot on campus.
I've
Wow.
been watching a lot of TV lately.
I see that. Nobody gets in trouble with more than three people punch. Nobody's getting in trouble.
I mean, but this is the way the world works. The world is not fair. School can be somewhat fair. The world is not fair. You can start a fight. Look at Joseph Stalin. The guy killed twice as many people
I mean, I understand.
by his actions than Hitler ever did. And just because he won the war with us and was our friend, we look the other way.
Agreed. Yeah.
God forbid we put him, out there. We don't want to make him angry because now we have to still fight. Don't want to keep fighting after World War II.
No, we can't fight.
It only led to
Hitler,
a Cold War.
Tojo,
Is that you or me?
then Stalin immediately after. Can't do it. Right?
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah. So, Putin
Hitler-
would be that big of a deal now?
Oh, I mean, he's got a giant country.
He-
And if he can pull people from all the way in Siberia, Krasnoyarsk, all the way over to St. Petersburg. And you know what's crazy is there's 3 little countries,
Right.
Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia. Those 3 countries, everyone
Were they-
pull up
were
a
they
map.
the-
This
were
is
they
where I
the
wish we had
satellite states?
A green screen. They used to be.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So, and
Part of the Iron Bloc.
they give Russia access to the Baltic Sea. I think it's the Baltic Sea. Black
They
Sea.
need the
no, the
no.
Black Sea's on the bottom.
Yeah, but they need the
That's what I
black.
would do with the
That's what
map.
you're saying.
Well, that they already got now with Crimea. Russia got it.
That's what I'm saying. They need that. They needed that.
So they got that.
That was
and that's
important.
why I think the United States is going to say stop it, but let them have it. Honestly,
Really?
yeah. Because if we look what we did to Japan. If you cut off a massive power so much that they have no choice but to fight you, whose fault is that?
Yeah, right. You're cornering.
I think, yeah.
You're cornering a dog, right? Or a mean dog or a rat.
And I honestly think because Putin hasn't connected yet Russia to Crimea. He's trying, and they made some agreement to stop fighting. They
Yeah.
didn't stop fighting.
No.
And they're just not letting people get near enough to see that people are still dying.
So the president from Ukraine makes a deal with Russia instead of Europe.
And then they start protesting his deal.
The people in Ukraine are mad because they
Half of them.
Half of them are mad because they wanted to associate themselves
wanted
with
to
Western
associate with
Europe,
Europe,
right? So they kind of rebel.
Yeah, well, that's a rough protest. There was people being shot by snipers.
This guy flees into Russia.
Yep. Well, I wish I had written his name down, but the Russian-friendly president of Ukraine, flees to Russia.
I have it here.
Yeah, good luck. Spell it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yanukovych.
Okay.
Yanukovych.
Well, is it a K or an N? That's third.
Yanukovych.
Okay.
Victor Yanukovych.
Victor Yanukovych,
Yeah.
Russian-friendly,
Yeah.
flees, of course, to Russia.
Yeah.
Now, is he still president?
When he flees? No, they
That's
ousted
it?
him.
You should be?
Yeah, but they ousted him.
But he keeps making decisions while he's in Russia.
But to half the country.
Correct, to the people who speak Russian.
Yeah, because the other half is not listening.
And that's the trick here. Russian
Right.
language.
So literally, the reason we talk about this, the reason that this is even a big deal in our somewhat immediate future is that the United States is now forced making a decision.
Oh, Latvia, Estonia, and Lithuania would force us to make a decision.
Well,
We can let Ukraine go because they're not part of our gang.
according to the article, though, they're already looking at us.
Who, Ukraine?
Ukraine.
We'll leave them hanging.
You-
I'm sorry.
But on paper, though,
the name
that's your
Boyko is
opinion.
Ukrainian. Oh, it is an opinion, but I mean,
On paper, they're looking at us like, and they've even said, we don't need weapons to.
yeah, and the South Vietnamese
attack
never wanted
Russia.
us to leave South Vietnam.
Well, agreed.
I mean, we're USA looks out for USA.
Yeah. Okay, so
This is the theory.
right.
I honestly think that we will, for another year, 2 years, keep penalizing Russia money-wise, keep voicing what they're doing is wrong, but I honestly think that we will let them, through time, have that corridor to the Crimean Peninsula. Because if we don't, they may go after Latvia, Estonia, and Lithuania. And if they do that, because they're members of NATO,
We're all in.
We're at war. Yeah, we're at war.
We're all in.
So this is where,
America's back.
hoorah!
Now, I think we're better suited for that war than a war
But
against
do-
ISIS.
Well, it is tough to fight an idea.
Yeah, but this is a stand-up.
I mean, I'm not a dove in any way. We needed to fight certain wars. I'm not a dove.
His hair would say otherwise.
You know, I'm not a hippie. I just want to look good. But, you know. So, I just wanted some sound in there.
Yeah, I got you.
Kinda,
So you're not a dove.
No, but I honestly think this is something that we dovish?
Dovish.
Is that a word?
Well, it is now. You're acting very dovish.
That was pretty good. Morning dove.
Yeah.
Why?
That's what that was. You went straight dove to horse. you went from. Yeah, come on now.
Do you have a carrot?
Yeah, come on now.
Celery?
Take it easy, man. We're doving here. I'm a straight hawk.
So you just want to just fight the whole world?
Fight the world. Why not?
Well, the ISIS fight is tougher because if you start to win, you lose. Because you just bring more people to ISIS.
Yeah.
You know, we got to start ignoring. That's the bad part. We have to start ignoring these videos. We have to start ignoring.
Yeah, ignore it. Who cares? A couple Americans
No,
get their heads cut
I agree.
off.
How do you ignore an American getting his head cut off?
Big deal.
No, it is a big deal. It is a big deal.
Big deal, man. It's one freaking person.
Well, that one person could be your brother, could be my dad,
Cares.
your sister,
It's over, man. Listen,
my son.
don't even acknowledge them.
They have some really good technology.
That one person could be your son? Really? You're going to go there? You're going to go there? Trayvon Martin could have been my son.
You didn't see. It could have stayed subtle, but you
Yeah,
had
but
to go.
you always have to, you know where to hit my buttons, man. You know how to press my buttons, you know?
He would have looked just like me.
You would look just like me. Yeah.
Oh, see, that's gonna get edited out.
No, maybe not.
I don't think we can keep that.
Why?
Because
It's what our president.
we
our
literally just
commander-in-chief
went
said.
from 5 people watching the show to 1, and that's me.
Really?
I don't think you're gonna watch it even now.
No.
Occupancy 1. Views on YouTube. If there's any,
Millions.
they turn off at the 37-minute mark.
Why? Was that bad? Marco Rubio right now is chest bumping somebody. Him and the cruise missile are high-fiving right now.
But they're gonna vice president, vice president.
Cuban connection. Cuban link.
Interesting. You need the Hispanic vote this time.
Cuban link, if you will.
That the one thing Republicans learned from the last 2 elections, and clearly from the last election, was Hispanics pick the president.
Whoa, we now
Florida.
outnumber, right? Do we outnumber?
You outnumber in the states that are big.
Right.
California.
Yeah, right. New York,
Texas, New York,
Florida.
Those are all states that giant electoral college, very important. And Florida is one of those flip states. You know, you never know what you're going to get in Florida. And I think that Republicans are like, we should have paid more attention to Hispanics.
Rubio's from Florida.
So is Jeb Bush.
Yeah.
You think Jeb will get picked up as a vice president?
Coincidence? They're very good friends.
Well, there's the Cuban connection. Isn't Jeb Bush's wife Cuban?
Yeah, and no.
You know who else is
Mexican,
wife? Oh, she's Mexican?
Yeah, Mexican.
You know whose wife's Cuban?
Who?
Mr. Ayers. Think
She's
he's trying the same thing? Is he going to run for president?
I think he could win it.
Would you vote for him?
Mr. Ayers, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah, of course.
I know Bachman wouldn't.
Why not?
Bachman hates him.
No, he doesn't.
Bachman hates Mr.
He
Ayers.
truly loves him. You know, he truly, behind closed doors,
Hates him.
loves him. He
Despises.
How could you?
The ties.
How could you?
Oh, I know. Yeah, I'm with you. Guy's great. He's there for me. He says yes all the time.
He's nails. Nails. Tough as nails. Lights out. Lights out. Lights out. I've never asked Mr. Ayers a question that he hasn't had a
yes to.
a yes to. Yeah. Man, that's why I like him so much.
I'm telling you, it's great.
Hey, Mr. Ayers, do you mind if I yes? Thank
Nice.
you. That was easy.
Nice. And you
Yeah.
didn't even read it.
Yeah.
Thank you. My new car.
Ayers, what do you think about
Ayers-
signing off on? Yes.
Ayers, I want to be teacher. Yeah. Yeah. See how it worked?
Yeah.
All I had to do was ask him.
For Teacher of the Year?
Yeah.
You literally asked him to pull some strings for you, and he just said yes.
I have to say no now because it's not true. But boy, would it be fun to say yes.
Yeah.
Keep this bit going.
Yep. I'm gonna pretend like you said yes.
It's okay. This will never make TV.
Nope. Won't make TV, but that's part of the fun.
This is called Bachman